here are some products I've been loving. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gabby if you don't already know me, and I love to talk all things personal finance, organization, and lifestyle. And we are back with the March reset video. So I'm so excited for this video. I am prepared for March. I feel like I can feel spring. She is on the horizon. She's on her way. She's making her way here, you know? So I think what I did last month is kind of a similar plan to what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to just be showing you guys everything I do outside of my finances every single month to sort of reset for a new month. I like to do these reset videos because it just sort of helps me stay accountable to the things that I know help me. And as somebody who has a full-time job, it is very, very helpful for me to do these reset videos. Also to just stay on top of like cleaning my home and taking care of my home and things like that. So I absolutely love my little reset videos, and I know you guys are enjoying them as well. So we're back with another one. So I think what the plan is I'm going to start with my Notion. We're going to go through the monthly reset page. If you are unfamiliar with my Notion, I sell it on Gumroad. I will leave it in the description box down below, and it has this monthly reset page that you can sort of follow along and also reset every single month alongside me. Mine will look a little bit different than the one that is downloadable because I've updated it, just like the images and the font and things like that, but all easy to do in Notion itself. We are also going to go through my calendar and make sure that's all up to date, so I kind of know what's coming up, what I'm planning content wise for the month as well. And then we're going to go through monthly goals. We'll cover what I did in the month of February, and then we're going to cover the month of March as well. So let's dive right in. I have my, wow, very dirty laptop. I'm pretend you didn't see that. My laptop here. I will have my Notion up on the screen for you guys so you can see it. We're gonna go over to the monthly reset page, and we are gonna go through the monthly reset. Okay, so as far as monthly reflection, I don't know, I just didn't really feel like doing the monthly reflection. I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting this morning and I was like, so I think I'm just gonna list out some cool things that happened in the month of February and not reflect as deeply as I normally do. But February was a great month. I feel like usually January, February are easily the worst months of the year, but my little trip to LA was a very nice little trip in the middle of the month just to sort of tide me over. So I think February went really quickly just because I was anticipating that trip. And then when I got back, I was just, you know, kind of recovering and enjoying and all that. It's a crazy time in the world, so I'm not gonna like harp on that stuff, obviously, but as far as just like my own personal life, it was a good month. I felt like I've sort of built some new good habits because I've been doing my 75 mid challenge. I've been talking about this so much, so I don't want to like harp on that too long either, but I feel like I do have habits and routines that really work around what I've been trying to tackle every single day. It's a little bit difficult, and I'm definitely excited to have a little bit less rigidity around all of these routines. Like some days I just need to go to bed. I don't need to read anymore. I will look forward to that. At the end of March is when I finish my 75 mid. I also have a trip to Victoria this upcoming month, and we're not really reflecting right now, are we, Gabby? So yeah, so habit-wise, routine-wise, that's definitely been something I have been enjoying. Any challenges or setbacks? Honestly, I said body image. I've been kind of struggling with my just like self-image and confidence. I don't know why. It's just been very off in the month of February, and I think I have my hormones to blame. I recently came off of the hormonal IUD. I took that out in December. I had a normal period in January and have not had one since. And I just think my hormones are actually, like, I thought I was all good. I was like, oh, I got my period right away. Everything seems normal. And I think now I'm starting to realize, like, I I think it's going to take a little bit of time for my hormones to balance out. So I've just been feeling kind of down on myself, if I'm being honest, which is so funny because I've been, you know, doing all these healthy habits, hoping I'm going to feel better. And then, yeah, I've just been sort of a little bit hard on myself. So that's been a little bit difficult. I'm hoping it's hormones and it'll balance out and things will go back to normal eventually. No big deal. No big deal. Okay, so let's just move on from that. I feel like I'm done reflecting. Me and the reflections are not vibing today. Okay, so as far as a monthly cleaning routine, I did this morning just go through and sort of figure out a cleaning routine with ChatGPT. This was one of my monthly goals for February, and I did it this morning because I looked at my goals for February and I was like, I didn't really do much of them. So I haven't really figured anything out. I just sort of asked ChatGPT to help me out. So I'm gonna actually have a look at that after this and sort of see if I can embed this. It has like a day-to-day cleaning cycle, which I think is a great idea, but like actually implementing it is going to be difficult. Okay, let's move on to monthly favorites. So I do have a couple of beauty favorites and I have them here with me. Here are some products I've been loving. I recently picked up another one of these. This is the E.L.F. YouTuber Life. This is the E.L.F. brow lamination product, brow laminating gel. And I was a diehard fan of the Refi Sephora brand one, and I decided to try this one out a couple of months ago. Actually, I think I got this in like August, maybe September, and it lasted me until a couple weeks ago. I decided to do that thing where you use pliers and you take out the little lip at the top of the product. You can like take out this little thing, and it lasted me an extra 2 months. There was so much product just sitting underneath that thing. So I highly recommend you guys try that. I really do love this product. It is like one of the only things that holds my brows in place. I have very stubborn brows. It still definitely leaves some of like a white, like I think some people don't love the Refi because it leaves like a white cast, and I will say that this one sort of still does that. So it's not like completely perfect in that regard, but I just use like a brow marker to sort of add a color and sort of cover up that whiteness because I need the glue to like hold my brows in place. My next favorite is the Ciele, I don't know how to say it, but this is the Tint and Protect SPF 50 Skin Tint. It is absolutely incredible. I have been a diehard L'Oreal and Maybelline skin tint fan for probably like 2 or 3 years now. I've been wearing them every single day for a very long time. I absolutely love them. I thought I was never going to love another skin tint as much as I love those ones, but this is so much better. It's so much better. It also has SPF 50, which is crazy. There's definitely no way that you're putting enough of this on that it's actually a sunscreen, but it's nice to have the extra protection, and it just looks so beautiful on. I mean, I don't have the best skin, so like obviously if I have texture and stuff like that, that is more so my own skin and not this product, but it just looks so skin-like on, and you don't need much of it at all, but it still has so much coverage without looking cakey at all. It's kind of incredible. I'm baffled by how good it is. Unfortunately, you can't get it in Canada, and I picked it up when I was in LA for that reason, so I don't know what I will use once I'm done with that, but it is really good. If you're in the US and you have access to it, I would definitely pick it up. And next is the Wonderskin. This is a lip mask, Wonder Blading lip mask. I'm sure you've seen the videos where it's this like dark purple and people put it on their lips and then you take it off after like a minute and it stains your lips. This stuff stays all day. I will put this on at like 7:30 in the morning, and when I get home from work, I can still see it, and I love using it as like a liner, like lining the outside of my lips, and then it kind of looks like you're wearing like that liner, and then I just put on gloss all day and it really looks like I have a full lip on basically the whole day. So I've been absolutely loving this. Those are my top beauty favorites. Next we have clothing favorites. I will put some photos on screen of the products that I've been loving, but number one is my TNA butter. I've been talking about the TNA butter products for the last couple of favorite rounds. I've been obsessed with their products. I've been doing more Pilates, and so I love a super compressive, like a workout shorts or just compressive workout wear for weightlifting. I like the support it gives me, but when I am doing something like Pilates or yoga, I definitely do not want to feel constricted in any which way. So I've been loving the butter. It's very similar to Lululemon Align. I probably say that they were basically the same, if to me at least, but the Aritzia butter products are definitely cheaper than the Lululemons. I've been loving collecting a little bit more. I picked up a navy pair of the butter shorts this month, and I also have a butter like tank top and legging set. Those are a favorite. Also my Lululemon Define jacket. I got a ton of wear out of that when I was in LA, and I kind of forgot I had it over the winter, which is really funny. I feel like that happens a lot with my closet where I forget I have something and then you kind of rediscover it and it feels like it's brand new. But I was wearing it a ton, and it's just so comfortable, but you also look so snatched in the Define jacket. It just makes you look, it's giving waist, it's giving curves. You know what I mean? And then my last favorite has been my cashmere sweaters. I got 2 cashmere sweaters this winter, my first cashmere items I've ever had, and I am truly obsessed. There is a reason why everyone loves cashmere so much. It's so soft and it's so warm without being too thick or anything. I find whenever I'm wearing them, I just feel warmer all day. I feel so much more comfortable. I don't know, whenever I'm wearing my cashmere, I'm so happy. I feel like I'm sitting in a cloud. So huge fan. I'll show my cashmere items I own. Here I have like a hoodie from Aritzia, and I also have a V-neck sweater from Reformation. They're both extremely expensive, but I think already I've gotten my wear out of both of them, and I hope I will continue to own these products for a really, really long time. Favorites for TV has been Severance. I've been loving Severance season 2. I was such a fan of season 1. I think I said it was one of my favorite shows I've ever seen. I think the acting is incredible. I think the premise of this show is so unique. So basically it's all about people who go through this procedure called severance, where they actually implant this chip in your brain, and basically when you go to work, you have no memory of what you did at work. You basically feel like you immediately just leave work, and it's supposed to help people who are going through like really difficult times. But what ends up happening is you basically have an innie and an outie, where your brain sort of separates into 2 people, because when you're at work, you're still a person, but you just have no memories of who you are on the outside. So you basically develop a like child-like brain where you're like a split personality. It's a very interesting concept. It's a very simple concept, but they just dive so deep into it, and it's like a thriller and a mystery, and I just love the show so much. Huge fan of season 2. I need to catch up. I haven't watched this week's episode, but I've been absolutely loving it. Also White Lotus season 3. I love White Lotus. I love what it does. It's just like such a cool show. I love the way the same vibes are always there, where you're like, what is going on? Everyone is so weird. But I am pissed that they changed the intro song. I like can't believe they did that. It's disrespectful, honestly. We've also been still watching Breaking Bad, still watching The Bear, been loving those. Movies, I saw Anora recently. I actually watched it last weekend and I absolutely loved it. I have always had like a fascination with strippers. I don't know why. That sounds so weird, but I just think the art of pole dancing is just like they look so graceful while it is so physically demanding. And like, I think I would just be like shaking with my muscles, but like they just look so relaxed and calm. And I just think it's so fascinating. I thought it was just such a cool movie. And then also knowing that Mikey Madison didn't do pole or any of this sort of thing beforehand is just very impressive. I just thought she did such an incredible job in that role. So I absolutely loved Anora. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I also kind of want hair sparkles now, because she just has these like little sparkly bits in her hair the whole movie, and I was like, I kind of want that. I don't know how to do it, but I want it. So next up, I have some favorite recipes. Me and David have recently had like a hyperfixation on a chocolate cherry ninja creamy. Good Protein, which is like my favorite protein brand ever. Please sponsor me, Good Protein. I love you guys so much. But they came out with a like Valentine's Day flavor. It's like chocolate cherry. It tastes like a Black Forest cake, which I don't think I usually would go for, but it is so delicious. And then I put additional cocoa powder in there, and then I also add Biscoff cookies, and then you add frozen cherries, and oh my god, it is so freaking good. I'm so obsessed with it. I look forward to it every single night. I've been absolutely loving making homemade nut milks. I like buying like different nuts and then trying different nut milks. I've been having so much fun with it. I recently made a macadamia nut milk, and it was so good. It's expensive, this little hobby here, but I absolutely love making my own nut milk. It's also so much easier than I thought it would be. People like soak their nuts overnight. I don't do any of that. I just throw the nuts in, call it good. I don't know. It probably could be better if you do it that way. I also been loving protein cereal. This is kind of a new fixation, but have a protein cereal that I buy. I get it from the vegan supply store, and then on top of that, I will do in the milk, I'll put a scoop, or not a whole scoop of protein powder, like a half scoop of protein powder. And then I also put in some frozen cherries. I've been obsessed with frozen cherries, as you can tell, but that has been like a nice little nightcap sort of snack that I've been absolutely loving. And then moving on to some creators, I'm just trying to think of like new creators I haven't mentioned, because I have my core people I always watch, but I have been loving Krista Kennedy, some personal finance content on her channel. She does like a monthly financial recap. Love that. But she also does weekly vlogs, and I've been loving her sourdough vlogs. I really want to get into making sourdough. I don't know where to start. I have absolutely no knowledge on it at all, but she's really made me want to try sourdough. She recently made this like chocolate sourdough, and I immediately was like, okay, I'm convinced. I need to buy all this stuff. I love her vlogs and videos. I've also been loving Merle O'Neill. She does a lot of vegan cook with me, bake with me content, and I've been absolutely devouring her content. I can just watch video after video after video of her stuff. Absolutely loving Merle O'Neill. Definitely check her out if you're looking for some vegan recipes. I get a lot of ideas from her. Let's move on to books. Okay, Okay, so I don't have as many books finished as I was hoping. I was really hoping to finish my 3 books. I am probably like 65% of the way through Onyx Storm, and I am like 95% of the way through Warrior Fae. I'm not completely done. Ugh, I was so hopeful of reading 3 books, but I just didn't get to them. I have been busy, so I'm trying not to be too hard on myself. But this month I finished Iron Flame. I was reading both Fourth Wing and Iron Flame just to refresh myself before Onyx Storm. So I reread that. I did both like book and audiobook. Whenever I was able to listen to the audiobook, I would do that. But then if I was able to sit down and actually read it, I would read it on my book. And I've actually been loving reading physically while listening to the audiobook. I don't know why, that it just works so well for my brain. I get really distracted when I read. Like, it's really easy for me to like read a couple lines and then like look at my nail or read a couple, I don't know. I get really distracted, but the audiobook sort of held my attention. So I think that works really well for me to sort of get me to read and like stay concentrated. I've been loving Onyx Storm so far. I loved Iron Flame as well. I think these books get a lot of hate, I guess because they're just so popular, but I think that they're great books. I love the writing. I love the storyline. Huge fan. Xaden is like book boyfriend number 1 for me. I don't think I've read a book boyfriend that I am as in love with as Xaden. Big fan of Xaden. So yeah, and then Warrior Fae is the 5th book in the prequel storyline before Zodiac Academy. So there is like the Zodiac Academy series, and then this 5-book series happens, I think like 4 or 5 years before the Zodiac series occurs. So there are some crossover characters, and I've been wanting to dive further into the Zodiac Academy series, but I sort of heard that you should go back and read these books first. 5 whole books. This last book was like 26 hours of audiobook. It's crazy long, and I haven't loved the books. Like, they're good, they're entertaining and all of that, but it is like a reverse harem, and it's, I don't know. I found the characters really annoying at the beginning, honestly, and they're not as annoying anymore to me, but I am sort of just done with this series and ready to be wrapped up. I just want to know who killed her brother. That is like the only thing I care about. And I am excited to jump back into Zodiac Academy. I haven't read that series since probably November, so I will be jumping back. I do want to do like a palette cleanser and do like a thriller maybe in the middle, because that was one of my annual goals this year, was to go back to a different genre other than fantasy, because I've been basically doing fantasy, and it's, you know, it's getting a little overwhelming. So, okay, let's have a look at my calendar in Notion. This is primarily where I just plug in all things that relate to my appointments and day-to-day life, and then also of course to content creation. So I have a little tab here for content calendar, and this is where I plug in just ideas that come to me, videos that I want to do, and then I also track exactly what is in like the planning stage, what is in the editing stage, what is uploaded, and then what are just ideas. And then I also track things like when I upload, when I'm editing, and then this all correlates to this calendar down here. So this is like my master calendar basically. I also have obviously like a Google Calendar for work and things like that, but this is just the easiest way I find, because I also can link it to the content calendar that I always use. So as far as March goes, we have 75 midweek 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I finish my last week, my last day of 75 hard should be like 24th or 25th, something like that. I will be going to Victoria on the weekend of like the 28th, 29th. So I think like that's when I will basically break my 75 mid challenge. I will be like having alcohol and things like that. So I have lots of video ideas here. So you can see like some of my ideas, my March reset. I have a budgeting 101 video that I'm anticipating filming and uploading. I'm also doing my spring wish list video. Yeah. And then of course I already know I'll be doing my April reset videos. I've been really enjoying sort of just thinking of ideas. I find adding in short form content, it just like, especially if I'm doing 2 a week, I need to know when I'm filming those and editing those and uploading. And it's just helpful to have everything in one place. So I do love this. If you are unfamiliar with the way that I use digital planning, I use Notion for more long form planning. And then on a weekly, daily basis, I use my digital planner. So this is where I put all of my month-to-month stuff. I also will upload a lot of this stuff into my digital planner for the month, but my day-to-day planning is on my digital planner. I use GoodNotes 6 and I have an iPad, and I absolutely love it. It's a great way for me to stay creative and really enjoy digital planning, and it has been working for me. I've been doing it for like 2-3 years now, and yeah, I absolutely love it. So we will jump over to the digital planner portion of this video next, and I will come back and talk to you guys about my goals once that's done. All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the digital planner planner portion of this video. I typically plan, as I mentioned, on my iPad using GoodNotes 6. My current digital planner is from J Design Shop. I will leave it in the description box down below. They kindly sent me this planner last year for me to use this year, and I have been loving it so far. And typically what I do every month is I like to set a theme. So here I am scrolling through my March theme, and this is just a Pinterest board that I usually put together, and I usually just try to find some sort of cohesive theme with my images in Pinterest. And my favorite way to do this is just to find a couple of pins I really like, pin them to a new board, and then use the more ideas feature there where I can just kind of give you more ideas of images that fit the vibe of what you already pinned. I will also save some stickers, so that is what I'm going to be doing next. Is I'm going to be creating my very own stickers. I like to have new stickers for every single month, which would be pretty expensive. I also like that I can fully customize what I am using every single month and make it my own. So here what I am doing is I am removing the background in images that I download from Pinterest in Procreate. All you have to do is insert your photo into a layer in the image, and then you just want to increase the size of it, make sure it fully takes up the page, and then you can select a color on the image and it will select everything that is that color. So if you select the white in the background, you can select it, and then when you go to erase, it will only erase what has been selected, aka that color. I go through, I remove the background of all of these images. Sometimes you can find these sticker pack images where they already have a cohesive theme between all of the stickers, and this makes it so much easier because you'll only have to remove the background in one image, and then within GoodNotes can go in and manually crop out the sticker that I want and add it to my sticker packs. Once you have all of your images saved, just move over to GoodNotes and you can begin adding these images. I think you paste it in as an image first, and then you can click on that image once it's cropped and sized accordingly, and you can go add element, and then you can add that as a sticker for a sticker pack in your GoodNotes so that you can continuously reference it. Next up, I will be going through and doing my vision board, or more so a collage of images. This is just how I like to set my theme. I like this vision board or collage to reflect exactly how every single sheet of my month will look like. I use all the images I've saved from Pinterest. I'm using my sticker packs I've saved, and it's a great way for me to just get creative, have a little bit of fun at the beginning of the month, and I actually really enjoy this step. It's one of my favorite parts of digital planning. I highly recommend it. Next, I'm moving on to the monthly spread. At the very bottom, there's a little area to add whatever you want. I like to use these areas to add more images just to cohesively have my theme shown throughout my planner for the month. And I've been loving these stickers I downloaded. I got a lot of scrapbook inspired stickers, so things like washi tape, like paper looking stickers. I think it looks so fun. It makes it feel a lot more like an actual planner. And I feel like the whole junk journaling thing is really popular right now. This sort of fit that vibe. And then I'm just going through and adding all of my important dates for the month here. This is why I usually like to set up my Notion calendar first, because then I have that to reference and I can just add everything quickly here. I'm not too fussed about making sure that everything is in this calendar. I don't reference it that much, but it is nice to have everything well thought out. And usually this process helps me think of things that are coming up as well. So I like to sit down and really think of everything that could come up in the month. Alright, and then I will proceed to just jazz every sheet up, add in all my stickers, find new cool ways to make things look nice, and set my theme. I've been loving all these little star stickers. I thought those were so fun. They really look like an actual sticker and not just an image. Moving on to my weekly spread.
this is the weekly spread I really like from this planner. There are different layouts, which I think is really nice for whatever you like. I've been really enjoying this one. I like to just split it up into AM and PM for what I'm doing each day, and that way I can kind of put in important things that are happening for each of those days. And as usual, I'm just going through and adding important stuff and then following up with some nice stickers just to make everything look cohesive. I didn't want to take too much of this video's time by going through every single day and every single thing I did for my weekly spreads. Let me know if that is important to you guys, but I feel like just having a general idea of how I put the theme together, how I customize everything is more so what you guys are looking for, and that way you can kind of take inspiration from this video, hopefully. So I absolutely loved the way these sheets all turned out. I thought the images for March were so fun, so colorful, very almost vintage but colorful. I have no idea what I'd call this theme, but yeah, I absolutely loved all the color. Makes me excited for spring. I'm loving the way that the stickers all work together as well. Everything really felt like an actual scrapbook journal, which I think is so fun. All right, I will leave you guys and let's jump over to the monthly goals portion of this video.
Okay, let's jump over to the monthly goals. We are over in the monthly goals portion of my budget tracker. I sell this on Etsy. I will leave it in the description box down below. It is primarily a budget tracker, but there's also annual and monthly goals tabs, which I have been absolutely loving. I feel like just a nice way to track your goals and keep an eye on everything, but also it's aesthetic and I like looking at it. Obviously you can see this on the screen, but let's go through my monthly goals. This was not an amazing goal month, but that's okay. I feel like some months you're better with things and other months you're not, and that's okay. So my 3 top non-negotiable goals was to do my 75 mid challenge, which I am still continuing. I have not been perfect, I'm not gonna lie. Even yesterday I forgot to take my night vitamins, and I think the day before I forgot to drink my 4 water bottles. So like I'm definitely not 100% with it at all, and it's been very difficult these last couple of weeks, if I'm being honest. I feel like when you have like the momentum at the beginning and you're really like devoted to something, it's a lot easier to stick to it. But when that sort of fades and the discipline needs to stay, it gets a little bit more difficult. So I'm not gonna lie, but I am trying to not make the same mistake twice and the next day sort of make sure I don't continue the habit and dropping off on the habit. So I have been better with that. So like today I've already been like on my vitamins because I knew that I didn't do it yesterday. So yeah, that is, I will take that off for this month. My next goal was to start aiming for 9:30 bedtime, and I've almost been going in the other direction where I'm starting to push my bedtime out, so I definitely cannot take this one off. And this has always been a difficult one for me. I just feel a little bit stretched thin with all of the things that I need to do. It is just hard for me to get to bed early, and I just need to try something new. I need to do something different. Nothing changes and nothing changes, and me just hoping that I will be better with it is not working, obviously. So maybe that is a goal we will tackle in the month of March. And then my 3rd non-negotiable was to finish setting up my GST and HST application. I have no excuse for this. This probably would take 20 minutes max, and I have just been putting it off. 15-minute tasks. I wanted to mop my floors, which I did at the beginning of the month. I wanted to clean my car, and I also wanted to vacuum my car. I just haven't vacuumed, but I think we could do that today, honestly. I also wanted to drop off donations. I haven't yet because I'm hoping to do a cleanse of some of my winter clothes. Officially not done in February, but hoping to do it so that I don't have to think about it in the month of March. Projects, I wanted to do a shopping wish list for spring. I haven't gotten around to this, honestly. I have a couple of items saved on the Aritzia website that I'm eyeing, and that's probably where I'm gonna start shopping, but I was hoping to do a more thorough, like spring focused wish list of what I really need in my spring wardrobe. I'm trying to buy from a wish list because I do this a lot where I have these things I really want and need, but I end up just buying something random that I see in the moment that I get like impulsive feelings towards, and I never actually end up buying the thing that I actually need. So for example, I've needed running shoes for months and months and months, and I just haven't bought them because I will buy something else and then I'm out of my clothing budget. So I'm trying to be better this month of writing down what I actually need and then shopping there first. And then if I go over budget, I can't buy the random thing that I want to buy whenever I feel like it. That is what I'm trying to do. I'm also trying to set up a home vision board. I actually can take this off. I have like all of the photos. I just haven't put it in a vision board, but maybe we can do that today and take this one off as well. But I've been trying to like rethink the way I want my home to look. I'm just feeling like a lot of the stuff I have in my house feels a little little bit juvenile. A lot of it is from when I was in university, and I'm just sort of feeling 30. I want my home to feel more like an adult home and not so much a young adult home. That is another goal for March. I'm definitely going to be leaning into allowing myself to buy some more home products instead of just clothing like I usually do. Okay, personal goals. I wanted to read 3 books, didn't do that. I wanted to plan out my super chill zen night. So every Tuesday is my super chill zen night where I take the night to relax. I still work usually like a little bit, but I start my night routine earlier and I usually take a bath and I'll read and I'll just take the night off. So I have been good about doing this, but I usually just do the bath. I don't really do anything different. I wanted like one of the nights for me to play Stardew, which was another goal, and I just haven't done it because I've been reading because I was hoping to finish my books. Some of my goals just make it hard to do the other goals, you know, like I don't have that much extra time. I also wanted to plan some fun spots for LA. I did do this. We honestly just sort of did more of the stuff that was close by, and so I'm glad I didn't waste a ton of time on this. I also wanted to call Telus. I did that. I wanted to meditate daily. I wanted to find a therapist. I have not done that. I've been dragging my feet on this and I only have myself to blame. I don't know why my brain just does not want to do this at all. I also wanted to look into a scalp biopsy to diagnose my hair loss. My hair loss has been a lot better and my hair has not been falling out as much. So I think my brain is like, oh, we don't need to do that because that would be expensive. So we'll see. I think I do want to do this. It's not on like my must-dos right now, you know, because I feel like I'm not as worried about the hair loss at this current state. But maybe that's a bad habit. I wanted to rebuy my scalp supplements, which I did, and then I wanted to be consistent with my deficit calories, which I would say I'm not that consistent with, to be completely honest. I could be more consistent. Okay, moving on to financial goals. I wanted to save $1,000 for LA, which I was able to do. I wanted to do no clothing shopping. I did not do that. I bought clothes like first thing in the month. I wanted to do a no/low spend week, which I did. I filmed that for YouTube. If you're interested, I will leave it in the not the description bar. I will leave it up in the cards up here. I wanted to plan future purchases, which I sort of did. Not as thoroughly as I wanted to, but I did sort of plan my future purchases. I wanted to buy a tripod for my new camera, which you are currently on, so that's great. I wanted to do 2 date nights with David. We did that. I wanted to do a cute at-home Valentine's date, which we also did. We made these like sushi burritos, which we were so obsessed with. We had them last weekend as well. They're so good. And we also made like chocolate fondue for dessert, which was really cute. I wanted to plan our 7-year anniversary, which I have not. And to be honest, I think we will be going to visit my mom for her birthday. Our anniversary is like 3 or 4 days before my mom's birthday, so we'll probably just be doing that, but we'll do something special. And then I wanted to go for a coffee walk with a friend, which I did technically in LA. I wanted to book a trip home for my mom's birthday. I haven't done this yet because we just need to figure out what we will do with the boys while we're gone, but we're hoping to book this weekend. And I also wanted to call my dad, which I did not do because he's currently in Australia and the time change is confusing, but hoping to call him very soon. I feel like a lot of these, I'm not sure why I didn't do it. I just wasn't really looking at my goals, if I'm being completely honest, which is fine. We have months where we are feeling more goal driven than other months, and that's okay. Career goals. I wanted to do no work after 8:30. I can't say like 100% of the time I did this, but for the most part, I have been better about shutting down at 8:30. I wanted to be more consistent with tracking my YouTube hours. I completely fell off of this. I was really, really good at the beginning of the month, and then LA happened, and then I have not tracked anything since. So I also need to do more, like I can't just track the hours and then not use those. Like I need to go back and look at like how much time I'm spending on each sort of type of video. I definitely need to be better with that. That's like an annual goal of mine that I'm not great with. And I wanted to continue having fun with shorts. This is something I've been really sort of diving into, is short form content. And we'll chat about this more. This is actually gonna be a big goal for the month of March. I want to plan my content for the full month, including shorts. Yes, I did do that. And I also wanted to brainstorm new digital products, which I did not do. I just find it so hard on top of just the general content creation. It's so difficult to be forward thinking without due dates. Maybe I need to sort of set some due dates for myself of when I want to get certain products up, and then that way I have a better idea of like what I should be prioritizing. Okay, that is my February goals. It says completed goals were at 58%. Our non-negotiables, we only got 33%, one of them done. 19 goals achieved, 14 goals remaining, 58% complete. We did the best on financial goals and not too shabby everywhere else. I will take it, honestly. 19 goals achieved is still something. So we're looking at the month of March. So let's go over the 3 non-negotiable goals first. So as I mentioned, my big goal for the month of March is going to be improving my filming and editing skills for short form content. So this is actually a big goal of mine. I just started an Instagram account. Please follow me. I have like 50 followers on there right now, but I basically had just like my personal account that I've had for decades and decades, and I really wanted a separate Instagram that was specifically for my content creation. So I made that, and I've been trying my best to upload a reel every couple of days and also shorts here on YouTube. I've mentioned this before, but I never really got super into TikToks and watching like short form content. So I just feel very unfamiliar with like what works, with what should I be filming, like how do people get ideas, like what audio things should I be using. I just am so out of touch with it. And a big goal for me for 2025 is to branch out and do more short form content. And one of my main goals for 2025 was also to consume less and create more. It's actually on my vision board. It is one of the main things I've been trying to do is to stop scrolling and start creating. And that's why I'm so excited for today's video sponsor, Skillshare. I've been taking short form video, create viral videos for Instagram Reels and TikTok by Sean Dalton, and I've been absolutely loving it. Some of my favorite takeaways from this class have been how to create engaging short form content, how to find inspiration from other creators, and also I've been absolutely loving his section of the class where he teaches you exactly how to edit. This is exactly what I've been looking for, someone to break down every single step of the entire process and to streamline it for me so I know exactly how to go about it in an easy and efficient way. Skillshare is the largest online platform for creatives with thousands of classes from industry experts in areas like film, design, and illustration. They even have curated learning paths that help you master a specific skill so you can become an expert yourself. I already know what class I will be taking next. I have had my eye on the CapCut for Desktop class taught by Enrico Luzzi. This month, Skillshare is focusing on creativity as a practice. As I mentioned, I have been wanting to create more this year, and I love that they're focusing on using your creativity as a muscle and nurturing it through learning. If you're ready to give Skillshare a try, then click the link in my description box down below. The first 500 people to click the link and sign up will get 1 month free on Skillshare. And thank you, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Moving on to third non-negotiable goal, I want to continue and finish 75 mid strong. As I mentioned, I can kind of feel myself slipping, so I need to like reinvigorate this goal and really get back to the core of it. I just want to finish it strong and also find an exit strategy to help me transition my habits from this realm into after 75 mid. I don't just want to like completely fall off of these habits after I'm done. So I need to figure out a way to sort of embed those habits into my day-to-day life and to keep them up. Third non-negotiable goal is shopping from my needs list or my wish list only. As I mentioned, no impulsive buys. I really want to be thoughtful. I'm buying the running shoes. I'm going to be buying things that I've gone empty, not just things that I find interesting when I'm on Instagram or something, you know what I mean? 15-minute tasks, I'm gonna be vacuuming my car. I think we'll do that today. I want to tidy the shelf above David's desk. That is like the one place in the apartment I have let him decorate. We have all of the stuff he wants up there. I think it's just gotten a little too crowded and it stresses me out when I look at it. So I also want to tidy our pantry room. I actually kind of want to get better storage for that room. Right now we have like open shelving above the litter box, which just seems kind of disgusting to me. So I do want to get some like closed shelving for a pantry so that, you know, the air from the litter box isn't directly below our food. I also want to drop off donations as mentioned. I want to go through my winter clothes and sort of cleanse what needs to be gotten rid of. If I haven't worn it at all this year, I need to figure out whether I need to just get rid of it, sell it. As I mentioned, I also am looking into some storage for the pantry room. I might have a look at Wayfair and see if I can find any good shelving on Wayfair. Oh dang, Wayfair's American, isn't it? Structube or something like that. Structube is Canadian, I think. Projects wise, I want to complete 3 to 4 classes on Skillshare, so that's around 1 class per week. I definitely want to just make a habit of continuing learning in especially fields that relate to my side hustle. I think that there's always room to grow and improve, and even things like just getting more efficient with editing can obviously cut time that I spend working, and I would love a little extra time in my pocket. I also want to do a shop my closet week. I've seen a lot of girls do this where they do like Pinterest inspired outfits, but you're only using what you currently have in your closet. So I think I might do a video on that where I just dress myself for the week by shopping my closet only. So I think that would be a fun video. I also want to do a spring wish list video. So when I finish my wish list of everything I'm looking at buying or everything I kind of want, I want to do a video on that. I did do like a spring and fall one of these, so I really want to bring that video back. Personal goals, I want to try to read 3 books again, just because I only did 1 and I do have a lofty book goal this year. So I do want to make sure sure I am tackling the books. So we want to finish 3 books. I want to try to find some low cost ways to update the house. So I really want to get some prints done. I've just been so lazy with like going to Walmart and getting photos printed, but I definitely want to do some photos printed of just like me and David and like friends and things like that. And then I also want to get some prints from Etsy that I can print out and swap into our frames. I just feel like that's a good way to refresh your home, is to just swap out the prints that are in the frames. I also want to sign up for a library card. This was an annual goal that I definitely could tick off pretty easily. The library's up the hill. It's a literal 10-minute walk, so no excuses. I want to finish 75 mid strong. As I mentioned, I need to do the therapy. I need to find a therapist. I need to book an appointment with a therapist. It's happening this month, non-negotiable. I just need to do it. I also want to get my Botox touched up. It is my 3-month time that it is due, so we're doing that. Financial goals. I've just had a couple of things that every time I think of something I need to buy where I didn't want to buy it in February, I wrote it down. So I want to get some more Nespresso pods before the strawberry white chocolate is gone. It might already be gone. The other day when I looked, they still had some, but I don't know. I get worried where I like wait too long and I won't be able to get them. So I absolutely love those pods and I don't want them to run out. So I do want to do a haul from there. I also want to buy a couple of scents for my diffuser that I got for Christmas. I absolutely love the diffuser, so we need a new one. I want to shop for my wish list only, as I mentioned. I want to start my taxes and work on the deductions. I need to total up every sort of deduction that I can deduct as a business expense. And I also want to save for an espresso machine. So this is actually a big goal for me and David. We are really considering getting an espresso machine. So I do want to start saving for that and sort of discussing which one we want, time frame is on it, all of that. And then I also want to buy my running shoes. I have needed running shoes since November. There's no excuses. I need to buy them. I wanted to do another 2 date nights. This is just like a consistent goal for me, is to make sure that me and David are taking the time and having proper date nights. I also want to FaceTime one of my siblings or both of my siblings. I need to be better about my relationship goals. I kind of let these ones slide the most, and I don't want to end up lonely and alone because I worked my ass off and didn't talk to anyone important to me. I also want to plan something fun for my mom's birthday. I haven't spent a birthday with my mother in probably like maybe 8 or 9 years, and so I really want to make it special because I will be with her for the first time in a long time. Career goals. I want to transfer out of Etsy. So this is something I've been thinking about doing. I was looking at all of the fees I pay to Etsy in the year of 2024, and it was kind of shocking. There's quite a bit of money that I am leaving on the table because I'm using their platform. Obviously, they make it really easy for messaging, and they already do like the GST and HST and stuff like that. So I just want to sit down and figure out if it makes the most sense to continue selling in Etsy, or if I want to sort of do my own website or use another platform. I want to post 2 short form videos to either Instagram or YouTube every single week. So this is up from my 2 short form videos a month. But because I am taking these classes through Skillshare, I definitely want to make sure I'm like using the skills that I'm learning. And I'm also trying to build my Instagram right now. So I think it is the right time to sort of zone in on this a little bit more. And I have been having a lot of fun with it. So I'm very excited to continue the short form. I also want to take we already did this, and I want to do 4. I want to take 4 classes through Skillshare, as I mentioned, 1 per week. I want to get back to tracking my work hours with my editing videos and things like that. I just want to have a better understanding of how long it takes me to film and edit specific forms of videos. And I also want to do more community posts for just getting you guys involved in my process. I really loved doing a poll to see what you guys were looking for. A lot of you guys really liked all of the ideas, so I basically did every single video I put in the poll. But I've been really enjoying just interacting with you guys a lot more through the community posts on YouTube. So that's another goal for the month for me. Yeah, I haven't felt very inspired goal-wise, I'm not gonna lie. So I am just sort of pulling things from my annual goals and just trying to, stay excited about some of these goals that I set at the beginning of January. And those are all of my March goals for March. Am I okay? Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to reset for the month. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and definitely consider subscribing. I haven't asked that from you guys in a little while, but if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, you should definitely subscribe. Like, why are you not subscribed? Come on. It's so much fun over here. Really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys are doing to reset for a new month. I love hearing how people reset. I feel like we all reset in different ways, so I want to hear how you guys reset in the comments down below, because maybe I need to add something to my reset routine. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!